building under construction burned to the ground. This is video of the flames that 110 firefighters worked to put out Sunday. And today, new drone video shows that four-story building. It's just all ash. It's surrounded by apartment complexes, 2 parks, and also single-family homes. Welcome to Action News Jax at noon. I'm Dawn Lopez.
And I'm Phil Amato. Not much left there. There's a lot to uncover about how that fire started and the company behind the construction. Action News Jax' Brittany Donovan is live at the site now on Bay Meadows Road East. And Brittany, the company tells you it hadn't started leasing those apartments just yet.
And Phil, that's because construction's still underway on this complex. We can show you this building over here, a lot of exposed material, and we've seen workers here at the property this morning. I want to walk you over here and show you. We've also seen fire marshal investigators. They're working to determine the cause of this fire, and we're working with OSHA to get the latest inspection reports for this property. We're also looking into the background of the builders. The sound of this massive fire crackling woke up Bob Gaffney.
And it was just huge blaze. I mean, I never saw anything like it.
Fire marshal investigators were back out at the Fusion Apartments Monday, inspecting the remains of an empty building that burned to the ground. We learned Fort Family Investments and Summit Contracting Group are behind the project. We first told you about Summit in 2017, when a man died in a workplace accident at a construction project it was overseeing. According to records, the year before, Summit was cited for fall hazards. We found dozens of permits for the work being done now at Fusion Apartments. We've reached out to OSHA for its last inspection and to find out if any violations were found. Fort Family Investments wouldn't tell me how much the damage cost them, other than that an investigation is underway.
They own almost everything along here. I figure they must have a good insurance, and it has to be frustrating for them.
So far, the fire marshal's office telling me that the cause is still under investigation. Meanwhile, in the past 35 minutes, I heard back from Summit Contracting Group. They're part of the people behind this project. They told me that they are working with investigators. They didn't want to tell me much about what the cost of damages is to them or if it's safe for workers to be out here. I did reach out to OSHA for more information about that. We'll let you know everything we uncover tonight on Action News Jax. Reporting live, Brittany Donovan, CBS47, Action News Jax.
The video and pictures from this fire are incredible, and we have them for you to view in full online at actionnewsjax.com.
As your official Jaguar stations, we were first to alert you in the past hour about a major changeup in the Jags coaching staff. Offensive coordinator John DeFilippo has parted ways with the team. We just got the word from the front office about 10 minutes before 11 o'clock this morning. Now, the OC has only been here a year, and he's spent the past 3 with 3 different teams. DeFilippo was brought in from the Eagles after 1 year with the Vikings when the Jags went for Nick Foles last year. In a release, the team said the departure was mutual. Head coach Doug Marrone will start his search for a replacement immediately.
Just into the Action News Jax newsroom, JEA's interim CEO just announced that she's not interested in the position permanently. Melissa Dykes says that she will continue in the role until a new CEO is selected by the board of directors. In a statement, she says, in part, "This was difficult for me, but a necessary step towards ensuring a fresh start for all stakeholders and what is best for JEA." Action News Jax first reported in December when the board fired CEO Aaron Zahn. Depending on the terms of this agreement, the utility could owe him about $800,000.
Clay County firefighters say they had to put out a fire at a department store in the middle of the night. This is new video from the Belk store in Orange Park. Some pictures there for you. Investigators say an AC unit on the roof caught fire. Nobody was hurt.
Action News Jax is working to learn more about a teenager who was killed in an East Side shooting last night. We were there last night here at the Oakland Apartments right after the sunset. Police say that they found the 18-year-old dead when they arrived. They did not reveal any suspect information. Last night's shooting was the 4th within 24 hours.
In Columbia County, troopers say a bicyclist hit by a teenage driver is in the hospital with critical injuries. That crash happened last night on State Road 247 near Zerke Drive in Lake City. You can see from this map it's 1 lane in each direction. According to a report, Douglas Williamson was riding his bike in the road when the driver hit him from behind. That investigation into who was at fault is ongoing. Just into the Action News Jax newsroom, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker says he's ending his presidential presidential campaign. Booker made that announcement about an hour ago. He thanked his supporters but did not cite why he was dropping out. The next debate is set for tomorrow in Iowa. We're also covering some breaking news right now. An overturned boat in the water. This boat is capsized, as you see right there by the Bridge of Lions. Here's a live look for you. The St. Augustine area near the Bridge of Lions is again where this is happening. We're told people were on board, but they are now safe off to the side there, probably looking at what's going on with the Florida Marine Patrol, trying to maybe try to get that boat possibly back up onto its side or maybe towed away. Right now, no injuries are reported. We'll continue to update the story and give you a live look tonight at 5 o'clock.
Children and parents across the state of Florida are getting notifications that they're getting thousands of dollars back from their investment in their children's education. New on Action News Jax at noon, our Beth Russo shows us how the Florida prepaid college program is cutting costs by $1 billion and giving it back to parents.
With the Florida prepaid college plan, families can lock in tuition costs here at FSCJ or at any public university in the state. Now the plans will be at their lowest prices in 5 years. Malcolm Smith is just starting work towards his degree in business administration.
I hope to have my own marketing company.
The FSCJ student tells me in addition to coursework, cost is always in the back of his mind.
Cost is always a factor. Certain things can be out of your price range, looking at your income or your support systems.
Governor Ron DeSantis says student debt is a national problem that exceeds $1.5 trillion. So the Florida prepaid college plan is lowering prices.
We're going to be lowering prepaid plan prices by $1.3 billion, a reduction that benefits 224,000 current customers.
Those customers will receive a total of $500 million in refunds. Florida prepaid leaders say lower prices will allow more Florida families to take advantage of the plan and avoid crippling debt. Smith says he's happy about anything that can keep his mind off how much his classes cost so he can focus on his future.
You reap what you sow, so if you stay on your plan, you'll come out with good grades. So.
I'm learning how many families this is going to affect right here in Northeast Florida. All of that part of the story, all new on Action News Jax at 5. Reporting at FSCJ, Beth Russo, Action News Jax.
It was this day 3 years ago that the family of 21-year-old Kamaya Mobley learned that their child was alive and well. She was 18 at the time, 21 now. Kamaya was kidnapped from a Jacksonville hospital. It was then University Hospital in 1998 when she was just hours old. Her kidnapper took her to South Carolina and raised her under the name Alexis Manigo. Gloria Williams was later sentenced to 18 years in prison for the crime. There's a Lifetime movie that airs this Saturday, and the family plans to hold a viewing party for that. Just last week, Action News Jax got a hold of this fake birth certificate forged by Williams, and you can see all of that online at actionnewsjax.com.
More than a dozen Saudi servicemen will be expelled from the U.S. after a review that followed last month's shooting at Pensacola's naval base. The Saudis are not accused of aiding the attacker, but some are said to have connections to extremist movements. A number are also accused of possessing child pornography. CNN reports all of this information comes from confidential sources. We now know the names of 2 service members killed Saturday in roadside bombings in Afghanistan. 21-year-old Staff Sergeant Ian McLaughlin and 21-year-old Private First Class Miguel Villalon died when their vehicle was hit. Both were in the Army. McLaughlin is survived by his wife and 4 children. Villalon is survived by his parents.
Well, right now, some hopefuls looking for a job are there at the Highlands Branch Library on the north side. Organizers tell Action News Jax the Work Your Dream job fair is going on right now through 2 o'clock this afternoon. According to the flyer, they have representatives from the city as well as Amazon, JTA, and more. They say bring your resume and be ready for on-the-spot interviews. Morning fog blanketed areas of Northeast Florida during the morning drive-in. Maybe this is what you had to drive through. Take a look at the Buckman Bridge. This was around 7:30 this morning. FDOT cameras couldn't even see to the other side. And looking live outside right now, a lot of that is burned off. And as First Alert meteorologist Garrett Beatonbaugh shows us, warm temperatures will be the story of the rest of the day.
and it's already 80 degrees at JIA right now here at noon. Mid-70s at the coast, upper 70s downtown. How warm we get this afternoon and for the rest of your work week. That's coming up in your updated First Alert 7-day forecast.
Ahead at noon, a pivotal week in U.S. history is ahead. Action News Jax breaks down what's next in the impeachment process as the articles head to the Senate.
And then struck by a train and living to tell the story. Whoa, Action News Jax's body camera video of the moment a Georgia officer is hit. We want to get another look at that breaking news right now of an overturned boat here in the Matanzas River. That's right here at the foot of the Bridge of Lions. We just heard back from St. Augustine Police in the past 5 minutes, and they tell Action News Jax that 3 people were on board. They are safe and back on land this noon. We'll keep you up to date on air and online as we learn more.
What to watch tonight, brought to you by Ashley Home Store.
Let's give you a live look right now again from St. Augustine, bringing you up to date. This is a capsized boat right near the Bridge of Lions. St. Augustine police told us just moments ago that 3 people were on board. They're back on land and they are safe. They're okay. Working to learn more about how this happened. We'll keep you up to date. A lengthy impeachment standoff could soon come to an end, and Action News Jax has you covered every step of the way.
Action News Jax Jacqueline Fell is in our Washington, D.C. bureau with a look at the busy week that will make history on Capitol Hill.
President Trump says the House's impeachment charges against him are a hoax, signaling he wants the Senate to outright dismiss the charges and not hold a trial. He tweeted, quote, "Many believe that by the Senate giving credence to a trial, it gives the partisan Democrat witch hunt credibility." Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has been working with the White House on what a trial could look like. He says should the House hand over the 2 charges against President Trump this week, a trial could start as early as Wednesday. For weeks, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi held off on delivering the impeachment articles to the Senate. She said she first wanted Republicans to agree on what she called a fair trial. GOP leaders have not agreed to any specific terms for the trial. McConnell says he'll make a decision on whether witnesses will be called at a later date. In Washington, Jacqueline Fell, CBS 47 Action News Jax.
Here's something you just have to stop to see. Incredible new video shows the moments when a train runs over a Georgia police officer, and he is alive this noon to tell the story of what happened. Polk County officer Andy Anderson was chasing a suspect that they thought broke into a home. They chased that suspect down railroad tracks. In the body camera video, you can hear the train blaring its horn, and then suddenly the officer appears to be thrown. Wow. Well, that officer is okay, alive and well. He was taken to the hospital with a few broken bones, we're told, and a concussion.
For him, huh? Well, this noon, we're getting images of relief for animals in Australia. Wildlife workers used helicopters to drop bins of carrots and sweet potatoes over burnt areas. These fires have burned for months now. Action News Jack's Paige Kelton joins us live in the newsroom. And Paige, it's estimated up to 1 billion animals have died or been impacted.
Phil, these fires are far worse than anything Australia has ever seen. So much wildlife has died. There's real fear that these fires are changing the ecosystem there. Helicopters, as you said, are dropping thousands of pounds of carrots and sweet potatoes in a national park where fires have burned the wallabies' natural food sources. The Australian government now pledging $50 million for a wildlife recovery program to help koalas, kangaroos, and other animals.
This has been an ecological disaster, a disaster that is still unfolding.
We need to provide food, shelter and water for the animals.
The wildfires have been burning since September, destroying more than 2,000 homes and scorching an area larger than the state of Indiana. In the newsroom, Paige Kelton, CBS 47 Action News Jax.
Now, certified Jacksonville's most accurate forecast. Action News Jax First Alert Weather.
I'm First Alert meteorologist Garrett Beaton. Well, here is our current temperatures. It is warm across the area. We're at 80 degrees here at noon in Jacksonville. A little bit cooler, so to speak, but still mild at the beaches. In the mid-70s in Mayport, low 70s in St. Augustine, 80 already at Keystone Heights and Stark, and near 80 in McClenny. Lower 70s, though, in Brunswick, and mid-70s for you in Kingsland. Well, the reason why is because we have an area of high pressure in the mid-levels of the atmosphere that's really causing these very warm, well above average temperatures. In fact, near record-breaking temperatures for many days in a row, and we've established some new records too. This high is blocking the jet stream from moving down any cooler air, and also storm systems to give us some rain as well. They've been kind of going off to our north and west, feeling the influence of this blocking high pressure system, and it's really going to move off to the south and west and continue the heat as we head through this week. For much of this week, there is some relief, though, that I'm already watching for you coming up next week as we go far out beyond the 7-day forecast. I am tracking a bit of a cool down, so there will be a return of winter. It'll just take a few days, about 8 to 10 days, before we get that coming in here to northeast Florida. Before that, we'll be near record warm temperatures today, topping out about 81 to 82 degrees. The record is 82 from 2005 here in Jacksonville. We'll be in the 70s at the coast. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast. 81, 82 degrees. We may touch that record high temperature and tie it, but 81 to Folkestone, 82 in Stark. Bit of a sea breeze will cool the temperatures along and east of the St. Johns River Basin and I-95 into the mid to upper 70s. But all in all, a nice, well above average day if you like these warm temperatures. Low 80s in Stark here for today, and even through 5 o'clock for the evening commute. Will be well above average. We'll get to near average by about 8 to 9 o'clock tonight, and then back into the 60s overnight tonight. But here's the winter warmth continuing into Tuesday and Wednesday, near or just above record high temperatures. From Tuesday, 82, 81 is the forecast for Wednesday, and a few spots will be 83, 84 degrees on those days well inland. But no rain right now in First Alert Doppler HD. Not expecting any for the day today. Just a few hit and miss clouds and also some sunshine filtering through. Mild morning warnings continue on the First Alert 7-day forecast with your weekend always in view. A few isolated showers by Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday. 2 different fronts coming through for the next 7 days, and that cools us down a bit, but still above average by Sunday in the mid to upper 60s. You can always get this forecast any time of the day throughout your afternoon right there on the Action News Jax First Alert weather app, and join Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish at 5 on CBS 47.
Still to come at noon, believe it or not, this massive fish caught off West Palm is not a record breaker. Action News Jax looks more into what it would take to break the record already set.
Incredible images from the Philippines. Scientists measure how far into the sky this volcano sent ash flying. Well, we'll give you a hint. They measured it in miles.
Well, an incredible natural phenomenon captured on time-lapse video. Take a look here. This is inside the main crater of the Taal volcano in the Philippines. This video was taken over a 5-minute interval. Look at that. Someone caught also a massive bolt of lightning appearing to travel up the cloud of ash, which scientists say billowed some 9 miles into the sky.
How about some fried fish for lunch? West Palm fishermen caught this grouper weighing about 350 pounds. I cannot even imagine. Biologists with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission estimates that it's about 50 years old, which is amazing because I thought that's the one that swallowed Jonah. But this is a Warsaw grouper, and they can grow nearly 8 foot long and can weigh up to nearly 600 pounds. The largest ever caught in Florida weighed about 440 pounds. This one didn't tip the scales quite as much, but it's still a very rare catch, if you can believe it. We're back in 2 minutes.
That grouper's good eating, too. New numbers this noon show 11 people died in this weekend's violent weather in the South and Midwest. New video shows a South Carolina high school demolished by one of the many tornadoes reported. Walls caved in, parts of the roof ripped off, and buses were tossed into each other in the parking lot. Damage so bad, the school may not open for the rest of the year. Coming up on CBS47 Fox 30 Action News Jax at 5, it's called orthorexia, an obsession with eating healthy that comes from social media. Why experts say it should be treated differently. That's tonight at 5.
And a warm afternoon near record highs in the low 80s. That continues tomorrow.
All right, looking nice today. Enjoy your afternoon, everyone.
That's right, lunch outside for me today. YNR is on next.
Sweet. Okay. Let us do it. Let us do it, do it, do it. Yeah, man. Since the recall is voluntary, the FDA says there still may be some ranitidine products on store shelves. As for the source of the NDMA, the FDA says the investigation is ongoing. They do not think it's an impurity added in the production process. Okay, so we got, step into the light.